So, good evening. We are back again. We have another game tomorrow. Zaha FC back at the Emirates to take the whole Sal Mick out of Banter FC. Pandemic Pep is fuming. He's worried. And we have got none other than Scotty Stacks. I had to say, I've had a few Stellas, bruv. I can't lie. So that was a bit of a mouthful. But you are a Palace fan. Welcome to the channel, man. First time on as well. So big up to you. What are you saying, man?
I'm good, mate. Very good. Just chilling. Just watched Spurs throw away another lead.
Yeah, I just see that. Your internet's moving mad as well, bruv. You're on some McDonald's Wi-Fi, boy.
Really? Is it no good?
Yeah, it's proper glitchy, bruv.
Oh, no. Hold on. My Wi-Fi does get a bit... Do you know what? I feel like my Wi-Fi company messed me about in the evening. It always gets bad at night. Let me try and switch over to my phone, see if it helps.
Yeah, go on, man. Go on. While we're doing that, I'll just pin some comments, bruv. But yeah, man, big up to everyone who is watching live. Make sure you absolutely hammer the like button up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure tomorrow as well, you come join me for the watch along. Me and Chig do what we do on match day. So make sure you come and check that out. Full program of streams tomorrow. The watch along followed by the press conference reaction on this channel. But in between that, as soon as the game finishes, I'll be on Chig's channel, Guna Eagle Eye, link in description. And we'll be doing player ratings on his channel as soon as the game finishes. And hopefully, we do not get Zaha tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully we're not going to be Banter FC. We've been pretty poor recently, but you're still there, bruv, yeah? Man's bounced. It's a dead thing. All by myself. I don't want to be all by myself. Right, I'm sure he'll be back again. So anyway, you know how we roll. This is how we do. We just take it as it comes. But I'm sure he'll be back again. But yeah, that Tottenham game, I was watching the Tottenham game. Here he is. He's back again.
What's that? That
McDonald's Wi-Fi was moving mad. That's miles better. You're crystal clear now, bro. What are you saying, man?
Say nothing. Five Guys. We moved up to the Five Guys Wi-Fi now.
You know what I'm saying? You got that unique code, yeah? Oh, man. Welcome to the channel, man. First time on. And big up to Tobes as well, because he put me in touch with you. And I rate that, man.
Shout out, Tobes.
Bro, when I put out a little tweet saying I need a Palace fan, I wasn't expecting a response from anyone, if I'm honest, yeah? Because no one's trying to mug you lot off, yeah? Because I know we're dead, bruv, yeah? But I wasn't expecting to find that many Palace fans. I had kind of a good response off of that tweet, if I'm honest. And it just goes to show that when you're a potentially big club, not that we are anymore, that we're kind of a little bit snobby, even if we're not deliberately snobby when we look down at other clubs. But I wanted to ask you this, yeah, before we move into the game and that. How do you perceive Arsenal? Like, what's your thoughts on us as a football club?
A catastrophic fall from grace.
I nearly sprayed it, bruv. I nearly sprayed that everywhere. I can't lie.
No,
what do
I'll be honest,
you put that down to, though?
I think it's you guys would, that club in transition that never really transitioned into everything. But I feel like same with Arsenal, same with United, when you're off the back of that kind of historic legacies left by two people like Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger, until someone else comes in and achieves real greatness, there's always going to be that sense of inferiority. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and see, this is the thing. I get a lot of heat because I'm just brutal with it, bruv. I'm just blunt and straight to the point. I know we're crap, yeah, and I've grown up in an era. I'm 40 in 18 months, bruv. Yeah, I've seen Arsenal before the Premier League, before Wenger. I've seen this under Bruce Rioch. I've seen this under Stuart Houston. Obviously under George Graham, and then obviously Wenger and now Arteta, and Emery in between. But we were sold a dream, bruv. We were on the crest of a wave, and we were sold this dream of move to this stadium to compete. And since we've got here, it's just been let's just fleece Arsenal fans for as much as we can, innit? But the one thing I want to say here, right, is every time I have been to Palace, and people ask me this all the time when I do Q&As, They say, what's your favourite away ground? Crystal Palace bar none, bruv. Newcastle's not a million miles behind, yeah, but Crystal Palace is lit. It is such a sick away trip. Not because it's just round the corner, but because your fans are amazing, bruv. Like, even if you're getting slapped 4-5, you're still jumping up and down. Nobody leaves early. The stadium's rammed till stoppage time. Like, why do you think we can't create that? Like,
I guess that's the opposite end of the spectrum, innit? That's the beauty of low expectations against the other way around, where you guys have probably been a bit spoilt over the last sort of couple of decades, and so you guys have got unrealistically high expectations. Do you know what I mean? And so with us, we're just like, although now it's starting to get to the point where, you know, and I'm as guilty of it as anyone else, in that we've got a manager in Roy Hodgson who is boring but stable. Do you know what I mean? And if you'd said to any of us like 10 years ago, we'll give you a manager that gets you mid-table every season, it's not going to be pretty, but you'll be mid-table Prem side, bottom end of mid-table Prem side every season, you'd break someone's arm clean off for it. Whereas now you get up and people start having a little moan and they want to see good football, and it's just the nature of the beast. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like same way with Arsenal is that because of what you've achieved in fairly recent history, there's always going to be that sense of expectation. Do you know what I'm saying? And especially I feel like just because Arsenal were kind of, with the stadium move and the way that it kind of sterilised the atmosphere a little bit, you were kind of one of the first clubs to really openly move towards this super commercial, modern football type of business. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the owners have been, like, you'll be more clued up in it than me, but I feel like there have been people at board level who haven't been shy in the past about being fairly open that the club is, you know, business first and trophies second. And so I feel like the 100%. Acceptance of that will maybe be where some of your fans can find a bit of solace and lower their expectations a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas we're still humble Palace from South London who are happy to be here, and we'll come and we'll nick,
South,
you know, we'll nick a result against Leeds, we'll nick a result against West Brom, we'll pull off a couple of upsets against the big boys, and we'll throw beers about and dance for the rest of the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do you know what, right? I've never spoke to you in my life before. This is mad. Like, we've just gone live. For anyone who don't know, yeah, Tottenham Tobes put me in touch with Scotty, and we've never spoke until this stream. So this is mad, yeah. And this is how I roll, bruv. Yeah, I get a guest on. I've never spoke to him. We just pattern it and just go, yeah. But you know what, right? Every single person I've had on this channel has been a real one, bruv. Yeah, and what you just said there is absolutely spot on. Apart from one thing, yeah, which was lower my expectations, right? The reason I won't lower him, and I'll tell you why I won't lower him, right? Because we smashed down Highbury to compete with the best in the world, yeah? And we can't compete with fucking West Ham at the minute. Yeah, we're struggling to keep ahead of Burnley and Leeds United, and that's why I get the ump with it. And, like, you know, we've got our right back posting out a documentary about his return from injury. Like, turn it in, mate. Learn how to fucking take a throw in, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's why I get the ump. At least with you lot, yeah, and this ain't a muggy thing. It's not me looking down as we're a bigger and better club, because right now we're a mess, mate. And the one thing I'll say is, looking as an outsider in, as much as Roy Hodgson is not the greatest manager in the universe, one thing I will give him credit for is he's gone to Palace, which was a bit at the time a bit of an off-key one. It was like, Roy Hodgson, out of all the people that could have gone there, he's actually stabilised you into being a pretty decent football team. Like, you're not fighting relegation. You're not going to get in top 4, of course, but neither are we. Where do you see, as a Palace fan, where do you see, like, the next couple of years with your football club? Obviously, Roy Hodgson's getting on now, bruv. He's like granddad level, you know what I'm saying?
He's like 105 years old.
You wouldn't want to get your barley out round him, bruv. The size of that pig, I can't lie, bruv. That's a madness. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but who would you like to be the next manager, and where do you think you can get to as a football club? Like, can you strive to be top 4, or is mid-table something that you're just happy with?
I don't know. It's like life after Roy is a funny one, because, again, similarly to not similarly to what I said about Wenger and Fergie, but, you know what I mean, it's something that we've got used to. We play a very for all the controversy about how boring it is, we play a very specific way. It works for us. We're never, we're not threatening Europe, and we don't like cup runs. But we're never threatened with relegation. So yeah, it is boring, but it's like there is an element of be careful what you wish for. And we've seen teams, over the years who looked way more established than us in the Premier League, who will have one bad season and you're gone, and then you go again, and then you're languishing down with your Sunderlands and Charltons and Boltons and Coventries, all these Premier League clubs of old who are like, where are they now? Do you know what I'm saying? They're languishing down the bottom of the champ or trying to scrape it straight away out of League One. So you've got to be careful what you wish for. Everyone wants exciting football. I feel like just anyone will be more exciting. I'd play it fairly safe for me personally. Eddie Howe or Sean Dyche. I'd love to see. I'd like to give Eddie Howe a chance. I think he did a lot of great work at Bournemouth and then had a bad season where injuries really killed him and were probably the nail in the coffin. Sean Dyche seems like an uninspiring choice, but for me, he's done wonders at that Burnley side. If you look there, I've never looked their squad in all the time they've been up. They've never looked like they've had a Premier League squad. Even their starting 11 has never looked like a place in the Championship at any point. And they always pull results off. They're always there. They're scrapping, but they never really look too deep in the mixer come the end. So I would be happy with going with Eddie Howe or Sean Dyche. I'd probably lean towards Eddie Howe just to be a bit more of a maverick, but I'll take Dyche 100%.
Bro, Sean Dyche, Ginger Mourinho, Brexit FC, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he smokes 20 cigarettes every day. I don't know how the fuck he speaks like that, bro, because it's hard work. You know what I mean? But Eddie Howe...
ask him to clear his throat before an interview, mate.
Do you know what, though, right? I'm surprised that no Premier League team has come in to try and approach Eddie Howe. And the reason I say that, I don't think he's that great, but I'm glad that you didn't say something stupid like fucking, I don't know, Simeone or someone like that, because even we ain't getting Simeone, bruv. Yeah. I wanted to ask you as well, before we actually do move into this game, before we do that, make sure you slap the like button up. 400 people watching, absolutely hammer it. Make sure you subscribed. Would you take Arteta at Palace?
Do you know what? It's an interesting one because even when you lot were on a bad run recently, I know now everyone, Arsenal, you lot have got the most fickle fan base in the universe. Yeah. In the sport, in now with the commercialization of football, it's becoming notoriously fickle anyway. But you know what? I was in the director's box for Arteta's second game, which was Palace away. Yeah. When Aubameyang got sent off.
Oh, and, the halfway line.
Straight away, I thought, do you know what? After Emery, I felt like the identity was gone completely. I feel like he almost undone Wenger's whole legacy in the short time that he was there. But even Arteta's second game, you could see it wasn't quite clicking yet. But I feel like he's got good ideas. He has got good ideas. He's definitely got good ideas. Whether he's now, and I feel like whether he's got the right players at his disposal to make it happen, and whether he's got the experience to know how to manage a squad that might not quite fit what he wants to do into what he wants to do, I don't know yet. So whether he will be a success or not, I don't know. I feel like for Palace, we probably need someone who's a bit more experienced to stabilise us right now. But I feel like with Arsenal, I would give Arteta time a little bit longer. And I said that before the recent run that he's gone on. Like, I feel like, he came in, he's had some good ideas. It hasn't quite worked yet, but I think he needs time to build a squad, man. Like, you look at, there's no senior players in the dressing room for me, like that have been there for a while. All the only people that have been there for a while are the young kids. Like half them, I know everyone's got their opinions on them. A few of them look like they will make it and be good enough. A couple of them look like they might not. But then you got your senior players like David Luiz's and your Williams, who you'd be expecting to be the big senior characters in the dressing room, who for me are coming there for a bit, who are probably there for money. And I just don't really see where your strong leaders are in the dressing room. And so I feel like with Arteta personally, I would, if I was an Arsenal fan, like, I know it sounds weird because I probably wouldn't want him at Palace because I think it would be too risky. But right now, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd want him to be given time.
See, that's mad that you said that, because I, for the exact same reason that you wouldn't take him at Palace, is exactly why I don't want him here, because I think it's too big a job. Like, there's too much of a. You're kind of right about the senior players. We've got Bellerin, Ozil's on the way out. Other than that, I think I don't even know who our third longest serving player is. I think it might be Holding, who's just signed a new deal, which is just a fucking joke in the first place. But for me, I wanted somebody that was more experienced. I would have took Jose. I know they've drawn tonight and everyone's laughing their bollocks off. I would have took him in a heartbeat, because he would have gone in there and he would have demanded, you do this, you do that, you do that. Look at the way he's treated Dele Alli. Dele Alli, you ain't on it, bruv. You ain't fucking playing. Yeah, and Dele Alli under Poch was like the next greatest fucking player on the planet. So for me, I don't want him. I didn't want him. I still don't want him. I fucking hate him, bro. I can't stand him. Yeah. Unless he wins the league, he's got a bounce. I'd sack him right now. I'd put Gunnosaurus in charge over him. That's how much I can't stand him. Yeah.
I do agree. I think that an inexperienced manager without strong characters without strong, long-serving characters in the dressing room is a very risky combination. You know what I mean?
And not only that, the way he's kind of managed some of our players, like Laka, for example. Yeah, Laka went 9 games without a goal, then he scores 2, then he drops him. Right, then this season he's played 3 and 3, scored 3 and 3 at the start, then he benches him before international duty, which he obviously don't go on because he don't play for France. Then we come back from international duty and he plays Willian up front and benches Lacquer again. It's like, bruv, you just scored 3 and 3. Why are you benching him? Yeah. And it's like, his man management is just pissing me off, bruv. But big up to troops in the building as well. I see you moving, bruv, back in New Jersey, New York even. Not in New Jersey, New York. Big up to you, bruv. Bruv, I can't even get back to Spain, bruv. Real talk. I'm fucking stuck in Wolverhampton, mate. It's mad. It's mad. But big up to you, troops. Keep smashing it, my guy. Big up to everyone watching. But let's move into this. Let's move into this game tomorrow. Obviously, every time you guys play against us, it's just a fuckery, bruv. Real talk, yeah. Like Zaha, it's like I look at Zaha, yeah, and I want to ask you what you think of Zaha, because I look at Zaha and I think, like, you only turn up in certain games, yeah. But I don't religiously watch Crystal Palace week in, week out. I'm not going to sit and blag it, yeah. When I look at Zaha, I think you turn up against Arsenal, you turn up against United, and you maybe turn up against Tottenham. Other than that, I kind of see him struggling. This season, I know he's been a lot better than last season, but how do you rate him? I mean, obviously, he's your talisman, he's your star boy. How do you see him, like, as a Palace fan? Is he actually as good as people rate him, or is he a bit overrated?
He's a top-tier elite player. And like categorically watched him since he was 17 years old, and like the only reason is that I can't possibly call him world class is because he hasn't had the chance to prove himself on that level yet. But the thing is that his stats are good. Last season he had a bit of a sulky season he can be a bit sulky. Don't get me wrong. He had a bit of a quiet season last year because he didn't get his move to you boys, which he wanted. But like the thing is that what people don't realise about Wilf is the players that he's playing around. Yeah, it's the amount of balls that he plays that people don't get on the end of. Yeah, it's the amount of runs that he makes that people don't find him. If he had elite players in front of him, next to him and behind him, his game would get taken to a whole different level. And like selfishly, as much as I want him to stay, I'd love him to stay at Palace. Like I've got love for the boy, like a family member. Do you know what I'm saying? And I would love it. I would love to see him go to a bigger club than Palace and flourish. I'd love him to go play Champions League football, smash it in the Champions League. Like even Trent the other day, Trent said he was the most difficult person he's played against, and that's including Ronaldo and Neymar. And that's not necessarily the best player he's played against, but the most difficult player because he just does not give you a chance. His work rate's immense. He tracks back when you need him to track back. He's a quality player. I can't believe you lot spent the money on Pepe because you got him on HP Finance rather than just
massive finance, you know.
Serious, that's what happened. Paris wanted the money. The deal was done, innit? I think 72, but Paris wanted the money up front, and you lot got Pepe on lease or something. So he took that instead.
On lease, man's on lease. Bruv, you know, you see the debt collectors are coming, yeah. It's like a Bright House thing, bruv. You know what I mean? They're coming to take the washing machine back, bruv. So I'll take it you wouldn't swap Pepe then. You wouldn't swap Pepe for Zaha.
You guys Pepe in like 40 mil.
Bruv, do you know what? Real talk here. Right, I like you, and like I said to anyone who's watching this channel, I've never spoke to Scotty in my life before. And Tottenham Toes, big up, man. He put the plug together. He is the plug. But I like your honesty, bruv. Yeah, you're real with it. And like for me, I just look at Zaha. What you said, I think was kind of spot on. Yeah, the fact that the players he's playing with. When he went to Manchester United, I don't think it helped that he banged out David Moyes' daughter, bruv. Like, I don't think that was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man was a back shot. You're never going to get on well with Moyes then, are you? Yeah, and, you know, it didn't help that he turned up on his first day with Ryan Giggs' bird on his T-shirt. I think it was Imogen Thomas, wasn't it? You know, that, for me, I look at that as a footballer and I think, do you know what? You're a little bit ahead of yourself at that point at United. And you're going to the biggest club in the world. So I think that and then obviously doing Moyes' daughter didn't help him. So them two things I think killed him off. And I think that clubs have looked at that because listen, he is a very technically good footballer. He's very good in terms of he just glides, bruv, at times. Yeah. Where I look at Zaha as an Arsenal fan is I look at him and I just think, I know you're playing in an average team in terms of you're the best player in that team. They're not on your level. But I just think, like, I've seen us with Cesc Fabregas in an average team, but Cesc Fabregas just has stepped up and been elite. Yeah, like, I don't see Zaha as that elite guy. I see him as a very good footballer. Right now, he's having a better season than Pepe. That ain't even a debate. But Unai Emery wanted Zaha. That's come out recently as well, that Zaha said that he wanted him and he wanted to come. He wanted to come to Arsenal. But we went with Pepe, obviously the board decision rather than the Emery decision. For me, I look at it and I just go like, Pepe at Arsenal ain't had a run, bruv. I think he's played 5 games. I think that's the longest run he's had. And I think that if you put Zaha into Arsenal, I think our fans will get very frustrated with him real quick because I think he's got world-class ability, but I don't think he's got world-class output in terms of goals, assists. You know what I'm saying?
I think he could have. I think he's done. Do you know what I mean? He's banged goals at Palace and he's got assists at Palace, and you've got to understand he's playing with James McArthur and Benteke. I love these guys.
Bruv, we're playing with a French Benteke, bruv. Lacazette, bruv. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I mean. I think, but again, like the Pepe decision. Like I'm not writing off Pepe. Like he's young, he needs time. Hasn't shown a lot yet, but hasn't had much of a chance. But for me, you lot had the chance to go and buy a proven Premier League shooter. Yeah, like for whatever he's done.
Right. I make Unai Emery right. He wanted Zaha. I didn't. I would have took Pepe because of his age, because of not for that price tag. I think he was massively overpriced, Pepe, and I think that Unai Emery was right in the fact that he was saying he's ready now, Zaha. We don't need somebody for 2 years' time. We need somebody now. And if you look at it, I think that was off of the back of him schooling Mustafi and scoring the goal against us at the Emirates, which is why I'm shitting it for tomorrow, if I'm honest, bro. Yeah, because I know it doesn't matter if he goes up against Tierney, which he won't. Yeah, Tierney would just fucking have him on toast, bro, because he is a top class left back. He's up against fucking Zoolander at right back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like he's just going to twist Bellerin back to fucking Barca City.
Drip master Bellerin.
He ain't even got drip. Man gets dressed in the dark, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now he's fucking putting out documentaries like, oh, poor me. Oh, look, I've come back from injury. Let me make a fucking video about it. Yeah, how about learn how to take a throw in there? But coming on to the game, how do you see it going? Because like you don't do too bad against us, like whether it's home or away.
You ain't beat us for a while. Last 4, I think.
Time,
last four times. I was at the Emirates when we done your 3-2 as well. That was good. I was filming for Palace there for the club.
No way.
And it was jokes because it was like it was end of the season, wasn't it? And our season was done. And we had it planned for ages. And I went with a cameraman from the club and I had to film content. And it was like, what do I talk? You know, like you don't talk to people at half time. It's like, about what? There's nothing to talk about. As soon as it's over, I was like, unless we go here and pull off a mad result, there's going to be no content. But we did go and pull off a mad result and say it was a laugh. But yeah, again, we're just playing you at the worst possible time. Like you lot have been rubbish for a while, and you've just gone on a little run. We don't look great at the minute. But then this is the thing. I feel like we love turning up against you. Do you know what I mean? And we're unpredictable this season, so I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like it could quite easily go either way. But I reckon just after we've had this conversation, 2-1 and Zaha scores the winner.
All right, look at this guy, bruv. I swear, you're on your last warning troops. You're going on timeout real quick. You carry on with that talk, bruv. Real talk. Yeah, about Bellerin. Fucking Zoolander, bruv, yeah? Man's got a YouTube channel, right? I don't know if you know this, yeah, Scott, right? Man's got a YouTube channel, and he does a podcast on it called More Than a Footballer. He should change the fucking name to it as Everything But a Footballer. Yeah, because he's planting trees, he's buying shares in fucking Forest Green Road. But if I, like, in my head right now, real talk, I've been thinking about this all evening, yeah? Like, Zaha up against Bellerin. Yeah, just let's just say that again. Wilfried Zaha up against Hector Bellerin. Yeah, that's a madness, bruv. Yeah, he's going to be spinning around like fucking Kylie, bruv. It's going to be game over. And then he's got Rob Holding next to him, who is absolutely pony and shouldn't be at this football club. So, do you know what? Like, I just look here and I'm kind of scared of this game. I can't lie. I'm kind of worried. Like, we've not been great until recently, but even in the 4 games that we've won in a row, Newcastle, Andy Carroll turned into fucking Zlatan apart from missing the sitter at the end. The West Brom game was the best game I've seen us play for ages. The Brighton game was dead. We kind of got lucky. I think we deserved it, but I think we kind of got lucky to win it. And the Chelsea game, I thought we were decent, and they were just shit. And it was a bit of 50-50. They were crap, we were good. So I'm kind of nervous for this, and I'm gonna go with a draw, bruv. If I'm honest, I just think I think Roy Hodgson's a wily old fox, bruv. Yeah, and he's gonna school this little young pretender, pandemic Pep, bruv. Yeah, and he's gonna stand there and twist him up. And I'm hoping the fact that Tierney laid one on a plate for Aubameyang the other day, I'm hoping that Aubameyang can have a good game, because for me personally, yeah, I think he's been shit this season. And it's not so much shit on the pitch. I think his attitude to not scoring goals has been shit. Not so much that he ain't scoring. His performances, yeah, I know if you don't score, you don't do nothing. But I think his attitude, when I see him strolling around the pitch, not tracking back, just blowing his cheeks out, and I'm like, you're the fucking captain, mate. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm going to go with a draw, bruv. I'm going to go
It's mad that he's your captain. He just doesn't look like anything to do with a captain, the fella, apart from the fact that he earns a lot of money. Like, he's like, I just don't look at him and think anything about his game, his attitude off the pitch. Nothing says captain. But then this is what I'm saying about leaders in the dressing room. Who are your senior players? You got Aubameyang. He doesn't fit the bill of a captain.
Who do you
Bellerin, who football's bottom of his list. He's the influencer first and a footballer cultivation second and a footballer last. But then it's like, who else? Like, where are who are the leaders? Where is the captain? You know what I'm saying? I look, there's a whole squad there, and I don't see a captain amongst them.
Bruv, the captain's on the screen. Kieran Tierney FC, bruv. That's the captain. Yeah, Tierney, Gabriel, Party. Other than that, I make you right, bruv. Yeah, because
they've all been there 10 minutes though. This is the thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like who's Mr. Arsenal there? Who's going to have that armband? And
for me, it's Tierney. And the reason I'd give it Tierney is the fact that he's 23. He's won everything in the game in Scotland, albeit it's the Scottish League. You still got to do it. And if you look at Rangers, yeah, but if you look at their league this season, Rangers are fucking pissing it. Yeah, so you still got to do it. And the fact that he won 9 in a row up there, and he won everything, trebles, and all them ones. For me personally, the lad's won 15 trophies, and he's 23. He's got an elite mindset. I think he's one of the best left backs in the league. I think it's only Robertson that's better than him. Although saying that Regulon and the boy at Everton, Luca Dean, I think they're quality left backs. But I'd take Tierney over all of them bar Robertson. I think Robertson's like world class, best in the world. But I think he's also got the mindset. Like he's done interviews, Tierney, where he's bruv, he come in with a Tesco carrier bag with his football boots and a bar of chocolate in it. Yeah. Man are all walking around with Louis V. Man's walking around with Tesco, bruv. Like, you can tell he's from Scotland, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for me personally, yeah, bruv, he was asked whether he's seen the sights of London. He said, I ain't here to see the sights. I ain't come here to do tourist. I've come here to play football and better myself. That's the mindset I want at my club. And then you see that little fucking Herbert at right back, bruv, and I just look at him and I think, I just want to fucking, like, seriously, I just want him out, man. So for me, Tierney has to be captain. But yeah, I'm going Desmond, bruv. 2-2 tomorrow, man. What are you saying? You think you can nick it? Or
I reckon I'll have to still stick with my 2-1. Zaha scored a winner.
Oh, bruv. Man's come on the Gunners channel and predicted 2-1, you know. I love it. Absolutely love it. Right, listen, there's 500 people watching. Keep banging the likes up. We are going to wrap this up in a second. Zaha and Pepe are similar. Both are players who have undoubted ability and both have great moments, but they don't have enough of them great moments. Yeah, that is fair. Yeah. Big up to you, Brandon. I'll see you on Sunday on here as well, bruv. 5 p.m. Big up to you. Make sure you subscribe to Brandon's channel as well. Let's do a couple of comments before we bounce. Let's do a couple of these. Tierney, yeah. See, come on. Tierney's the one. Bruv, I'm Tierney FC. I would wifey Tierney right now, and I ain't even gay, bruv. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my left back. But yeah, man. Let's do a couple of score predictions that have popped in and we're bounced. Anything you want to plug, bruv? Insta, Twitter, etc. Just batter it out now.
Hit me up. At Scotty Stacks on Insta, at Scotty Stacks on Instagram, at _ the manor on both. Check out the band. Big things coming this year. Yeah,
man. And the fact that you work and done a few little bits for Palace as well. Big up to you, man. Fair play to you.
Yeah, cheers, bro.
And I appreciate you giving up half hour of your time tonight as well, man.
Good, man. Thanks for having me, brother.
I would wish you luck, but I'm not going to because I'm kind of shit myself. But listen, big up to everyone. Big up to everyone who has watched. Make sure you slap a like on it. League Gunner 82 on Twitch, Insta, and Twitter. League Gunner AFC on Facebook. Tomorrow, 1 p.m. transfer news drops again. 6:50 p.m. tomorrow. I'll be live with a watch along. After that, I'm on Guna Eagle Eye. Subscribe to him, and then I'll be back again at midnight-ish with a post-match press conference. Here he is. Look, Guna Eagle Eye. Come on. Yeah, here we go. Man, you're a joker, bruv. We need words. I'll see you tomorrow, Chig. But big up to you, Scotty. I appreciate you coming on, man. And
Sweet,
big up to everyone who's watched live. We're out of here.